Welcome back to Golf Life, presented by Golf Tips Magazine and by Graphite Design and their Tour AD shafts. The quest for pure distance and perfect accuracy can only be found in Graphite Design shafts. Find out more at gdintl.com. Combining over 142 different designs of composite materials in their golf shafts, Graphite Design is one of the largest graphite shaft manufacturing companies in the United States, specializing in high-quality graphite shafts known for their incredible feel.
Graphite Design has identified a recipe that performs in the golf shaft. We all have access to the same ingredients as far as composite materials. We are able to take different stiffness materials and manipulate it to where we combine multiple different materials that perform in this magical area here, which is about 18 inches. It's a recipe that we're not going to share with anybody, but we all have a favorite restaurant that we like to go to. I have my favorite sushi restaurant that I like to go to, and they all have access to the same vendors as far as ingredients, but it's how it's prepared, and it's the attention to detail in how it's prepared, and that's something we're not going to share with too many people anytime soon.
Graphite Design's Bill McPherson guides us through the complex process of producing a golf shaft.
This is one of the refrigerators here at Graphite Design that we use to store all of the raw materials we use to manufacture our graphite golf shafts. You'll find as many as 50 different types of material varying in aerial weight and resin content. Here we take the material, we lay it out on the table, and based on the specifications and drawing that come from the engineer, we cut our plies of material to make the graphite shaft. As you can see, there are many different types of plies, starting with what we call the angle ply, or the backbone of the shaft, full-length uni ply, and different inserts that go in the tip and the butt of the shaft, which make our shafts unique. We're cutting here in our lab by hand. However, in our manufacturing process, this is an automated process which moves much faster. The materials we use, again, are unique in that they're very low in resin content. The fiber is what makes the shaft, and the resin is what holds it together, or is the glue. We here at Graphite Design are a little more unique in that we use very low resin content materials. It's that type of material that we have found promotes feel.
The second step of the process is called rolling, where the cut ply materials come together to form a shaft. Technicians hand roll the ply materials around a steel tool called a mandrel, and the combined materials are placed on a rolling table that applies high pressure while fusing the materials into a composite shaft.
After the rolling process, the next process is to cure the shafts in the oven. We load the shafts into the rack and cure them at 300 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately an hour and a half. After the shafts have been cured, we're ready to move on to the machining process. After the shaft has been removed from the mandrel, the next step in our process is to cut the tip and butt square. Starting with the shaft that looks like this, using this piece of equipment, we then trim the shaft to length.
The shafts are then rigorously tested for center and butt stiffness ratings that are used to sort the shafts before moving into the sanding process, thus ensuring 100% accuracy for shaft flex characteristics.
After performing the GD Flex inspection process, we move into the sanding process, where we machine our shafts to very high tolerances, thus ensuring that our customers receive a very high-performance graphite golf shaft.
We have a Tour AD moniker on our shafts, and that stands for quality and performance. And that quality and performance translates into the feel and the playability of the golf shaft. And all the testing that we do, both our player testing but also our customer testing at the OEM level, when people hit our shafts, they almost all the time say, geez, this feels really good, or gosh, this is the best feeling shaft I've ever had. Basically what happens when you get a consumer to test a golf club, if they don't like the way it feels, they'll give it back and say, this thing feels terrible. They don't necessarily recognize that it was the shaft. So they'll say, this brand X golf club doesn't feel good, I don't want it. But if you give them a shaft that feels good, every golf club will feel good. The philosophy of our company has been to create feel. So what you're seeing is the inception of the product at the beginning, both the materials and then the manufacturing process has done something different versus our competition to create feel.
For more information on Graphite Design's portfolio of golf shafts, visit them online at gdintl.com.